Hello, my dear friends. So today I am going to do a video. I've been asked about this several times recently, and it's probably because Tonic always has some kind of drops bundle or something going on with their drops, and people are curious about them because, like, what's the difference of the different types of drops? So any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. I know today, and I don't know if it's sold out by the time you're looking at this, but I think I'm going to try to post this video today, being Monday of Cyber Week, which every company is having ridiculous sales, or, you know, it's great for a newcomer. It's tough for us old school people to, like, control ourselves, but, you know, I am into it. So I know Tonic likes to put out a lot of bundle drops bundles. Okay, so you know what, this is probably a good time to do this, because that way maybe it'll help you guys make your choices. Of course, sometimes, you know, you might be looking at colors as opposed to the finishes, but let me show you the different drops that Tonic carries, and let me open this one up. And then I also have their trimming tool. Well, first of all, I want to put this on paper, and I also want to do a couple different things with it. So I know a couple different things that people like to do with these drops. So I'm going to try out their trimmer to cut down paper so that we can put drops on. I think I'm going to do a white paper and black paper, because that would kind of give you an idea of what they might look like on light surfaces and dark surfaces, right? Or what do they call them? Substrates? Paper, right? Whatever you want to put it on. Actually, these you can put them on anything. Okay, so we have different things. And so, okay, I tried to find colors that would... I don't have, like, blue in every lineup of their drops, so I apologize for that. The one I didn't know if I had, I was like, I don't think I have any of those. And I looked through, I'm not kidding, I have probably 45 bottles of these sitting here right next to me, looking so lovely because they all have a cute top like this. Let me set these up while we talk about that. Was the Dream Drops. And then I was like, well, I'll just explain them to you guys. But I found one, so I was like, oh, that's so great. So I have one. So let's talk about these real quick. Do I need to open this one? I think I do. Okay. I just picked out different ones that might have, you know, whatever name. So they have drops that are called Jewel Drops. This says add dimensional translucent tints to your papercraft products. Okay. And this one happens to be Jewel Drops in Limoncello. And it is just kind of like a very light yellow. As you can see, it's almost translucent. Or it is translucent. This one says add dimensional details to craft projects. These are the glitter drops, and these have a glitter in them. I love this particular one, Blue Lagoon. This is like my favorite. And whenever I did the rose mailing craft kit for Tonic, this just looks like glistening water. It's so pretty. This is, and I like the, you know, gold drops in the basic, but this is so pretty. Like the way the light shines on it, especially that color. I love it. These are vintage drops. So this one's supposed to dry matte. It says add matte dimensional details to craft projects. So we'll see how those dry. This one is new to me. I haven't used it yet. Stone Drops. Add texture dimensional details to craft projects, but I can see it has like a pumice look to it. You know what I'm saying? Like little gritty stone in there. So we will see what that looks like. Okay, sorry about that. So this one I haven't talked about yet, right? Okay. So this is the Crystal Drops, and it says add dimensional details to craft projects. It says the same thing, but it doesn't really say what it is. But these are more like what you're seeing here. Shimmery. It has a light shimmer. I'm sure they're gonna dry probably with a shiny top there. This is glow in the dark glow drops. And I grabbed this one, even though I have it in several different colors, because it kind of goes back to the blue here, so I thought, well, we can check that out. Again, no glitter in this, it's just a color. And so there's that one. And why did I grab this? Crystal Drops, why did I get this one? Oh, I did want to show you that this one isn't shimmery. So that's kind of what I think this is just like a basic drop, I suppose. So that's kind of why I grabbed that one. So I'll do both of those just because one is shimmery, one's not. And this is the Dream Drops. Now, Dream Drops, I think they're only having like 6 or 7 colors. They are all light colors, and they are all like iridescent. So I don't know if you can see that. I can see it in the bottle. I wonder what it looked like when you actually use it. So there's those guys. So we're going to try each one of these. I'm going to do a drop. Oh, excuse me, I'm all tongue-tied. I also want to show you, they come in larger bottles. Like this is the glitter accents. So, I mean, this is called glitter drops, glitter accents. This one is more packed with glitter, but I think it just has to do with the color. But as you can see, it's a larger bottle, and then they have them in these big bottles too. Where's the other one? Like this one. This is just your crystal drops again, your basic drops that can come in tons of colors. Look at that big bottle. So, all right. Let me cut down, like I said, I want to do some white paper. And I guess I'll use... Let me grab a piece of the white paper that I want to use and then some black paper, and then I'll open this up just so I don't have to, you know, make a lot of noise for y'all. I'll be right back. So at first I was thinking about doing a live show with this because I thought it'd be fun, but they have to dry. So I was like, well, that, you know, might not be the best thing. I'm gonna put those out of the way. This trimmer, and I don't even know if I can get the whole thing in here because it cuts up to 12-inch paper, so it is kind of big. Yay, there we go. It does have 2 blades, so obviously you're going to take one of these out. Unless you always use kind of smaller paper, you can leave it on here as, you know, storage, I suppose. But otherwise, I'm going to pop one out and then put it away somewhere where I'm sure I won't find it next time. I'll put it away later, but there it is. Okay, and then it also has the swing out arm, so you can continue measuring paper however large, or up to 12 inches. So I'm just going to take this and trim down some paper 4 inches. So again, with trimmers, you guys know my guillotines, I have a love-hate relationship. They have usually a thicker line here, so it's harder to gauge. So for me, I'm going to line it right up there, and this is pretty close enough to the edge that it's a pretty good visual. And I'm just going to, oh, I don't think I need to hold that. Ooh, that feels sturdy. You know why? Because it's nice and big. I'm used to those little tiny ones, you know? So, there it is. Cuts nicely. And I don't know why I found this smallest scrap of paper for the black. I should probably do something else. You know what? Let's do something else. I didn't want to use this one because it has texture, but, you know, that's fine. So let's just cut this one at about 4 inches too. And again, we are still looking at it, but with those slight lines in there, I find it easier. I always like to cut away from myself, but I guess if you want to come this way, that's up to you. All right. It feels very sturdy, so that's nice. And I'll continue using it, and that's even with the guillotines or other trimmers I've reviewed. I always say, you know, you'll just see me using them, and then, you know, if you're not sure still, hopefully that'll help you out. Okay. So black paper, white paper. Let's start with jewel drops. Again, this one looks very light. I'm gonna put a little dot there. And on the white here. Obviously on the white one you can see it's a lot more yellow. I am gonna put a little bit like this. Put a little bit. I'm gonna spread it with this because you can use these things through stencils. I typically wouldn't because, you know, it's a finite amount. It's pretty small, right? Obviously everything's finite, but it's pretty small. So there you go. And then I'll spread this one just so we can kind of see what that might look like if you stuck it through a stencil. Obviously a little bit thicker, right? I'm gonna wipe that down. Okay, so that's a jewel drop. And then glitter drop. Actually, I'm gonna give it a little room. Oopsie. Oh, and that's the other thing. When you're using your drops, don't put it right on your paper. I don't know if I can show you, hopefully. I'm away from... I don't have it right sitting on there. It's a little bit higher up, so when you squeeze, you're forming a nice little circle, and then you stop squeezing, and I give it a little to-do. And I kind of learned that from, like, cake making, but, or cake decorating. So... that's just something. Okay, let's see what this looks like if we were to spread it out. Ooh, of course it's going to be glittery, so you'll have that glitter. Oopsie. I was going to use a stencil, but I was like, every time I use it, I'm going to have to clean the stencil. It's going to take a very long time, so I'll just do it this way. Vintage drops, again with the matte. And I always leave this little tag on there, but, you know, you can take it off right now. I'm going to take it off. And again, I'm just kind of high up and then give it a little zhuzh. Some people like to hit the bottom of their paper like this. But that kind of flattens out your drop too. It does make it a little like more perfect, but if you hit it too hard or too long, you're going to flatten it out. So I don't normally do that too often. I just let it settle down on its own. Very peachy, very interesting color there. I think you'll see on the stenciling, it'll probably be better on the white paper. Stone, this one's cool. This is the one I was curious about. And this one's called Chalk White. Ooh, yeah, that's some gritty stuff. The hole's much larger. It's probably because of that little pumice kind of feel that it has in there. So this is very grungy in my opinion. And maybe this is one that you do want to like tap, tap, tap underneath because as you can see, it leaves that little poke there. Oh yeah, do you hear that? Let me wipe this better. Okay, I'll be quiet. There's like stone in there. That's cool. This I would love to put through a stencil. Look at that, and it's still shiny. I don't know if you can see that. Of course, I'll try to get good pictures for you guys, but wow. I need to get more stone drops. All right. Crystal drops. Now this one, like I said, I have a shimmery one. And then I'll do that. And then I'll also use the one that's more just not shimmery. If that helps. Okay, so we have that guy. I don't want to put these out of order. I think it's pretty easy for me to figure out. But okay, let's spread this guy. Oh, that's pretty in the black one. Like I said, I guess it depends on the color. There's that. And then this one's more of a regular, you know what I'm saying? Just, it's going to be shiny, but it's not going to have the shimmer in it. So there's that one. And then again, I'll spread that out too. Yeah, very sheer. So if you want to add a little texture to your card, that'd be great. And then we have the glow drops, which I will try. You probably have to just take my word for it if I check. I've done this before in the past where I used stuff for nails that was supposed to glow in the dark, and I could not get a picture of it because my camera doesn't want to take pictures in the dark. So you might get like a yellow tone to it or whatever, but the camera is like, nope. So again, very sheer. I mean, this looks pretty. Look at the wiping it away there. And the dream drops. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Normally, I just buy them in bundles anyway, unless there's a specific color I'm looking for. So whenever they have a bundle, I pick them up. So I'm not real choosy as far as colors, because you can always use these on pretty much everything. There you go. And get them out there. If I were to use this on a stencil, I would just squirt out a whole bunch of, like on a acrylic block or on a glass mat or whatever. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes, dream drops through a stencil. I think that's amazing. Look at that. Even on this one, you can see the iridescence. I know it's harder to see than that one, but wow. I will not hit these with a heat tool because they will probably bubble, just because that's been my experience with things that are kind of like plasticky based. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know how when this dries, it's going to feel a little bit plasticky. I don't want it to bubble, so I'm going to let them air dry. So when I take pictures, you know what I'll do? I'll come back, obviously. I'll come back and chat about it, and then I'll take the pictures. But look at that. I mean, they do look different. This is, and some of them are like, wow, that's really cool. But okay, I'm going to let them dry. As you can see, this one's already drying pretty well. It was a lot, you can kind of see that blue tone in there, but now it's looking more clear. Blue tone because it's on the black paper, but it is a yellow drop, as you can see here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone for a while. Hopefully they'll dry within the next little hour or two, as far as dry enough that I can show you the differences. And then I'll have some pictures for you guys, but I will be right back. Okay, because I am super impatient, as y'all probably know that. That's why I like to do things that are kind of quick. I kept touching like this one and it wasn't quite dry yet, and I messed up my little bubble, but I think they're pretty dry now. It's been about, you know what, I wasn't really keeping track of time. I would say maybe an hour, maybe less. I did leave some of these lights on because I thought the little heat might help them dry, but then I was like, you know what, I remember when I used to do acrylic nails, which I still do, I just haven't done them in a while, on myself. It's just a hobby. I think when it's hot or humid out, it takes longer to dry, right? So like the cold, I can't remember. It's one or the other. So I was like, well, let me, okay. So I turned them off and then I let them sit here and they hardened up, or it just hardened up anyway because it's time, right? I did take a little bit of this purple one, since there's a lot of it, and put it through a stencil just so you guys can see. And this does dry pretty fast because it's very thin, you know? I just wanted to show you guys that. And all I did was lay the stencil down, I squirt this on the stencil, and then I rubbed it through. So, you know, maybe I can do it a little neater next time, but I just wanted to show you how that might work. Yeah, okay, so let's check these out. really, they're all pretty much shiny. They're all gonna dry shiny, but I don't know if you can see. This is the vintage one. It, in real life, is a little less shiny, and also it's not completely cured, right? It's only been, like I said, about an hour. This one does end up being, it's not that it's not shiny. Like these guys. See, this is super shiny, this one's super shiny. It just has a little bit of a matte look to it. More of a satin, I guess, really. And this one, the Stone Drop, is, it looks wet and it's dry, but it's very wet looking. I don't know how to explain that. Not just shiny, but like wet looking. And then, so it's a really cool, let me try to get this closer down here. I don't know how to do this better. Okay, sorry, I don't know. I told the kids, I'm just gonna say something real quick on this video. And then I guess he didn't hear me. So anyhow, look at that. It looks like concrete. It looks like really cool. If I don't even know how to explain it. It just looks super cool. I really like that. I'm gonna get more of that stuff. They don't have this in a ton of colors. The most basic one that they do have in a lot of colors is gonna be your crystal drop, right? The one that I showed you guys here. This one. So that's their more basic. I think they have almost 50 colors in that. So I just wanted to do this to give you guys a little better idea. Let me see about this. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. I'm doing... You know when you're a little kid and you want to look at something dark and you go like this? You guys can see that glow, right? Oh my gosh, it's working! I've never been able to film something like that. That is so cool. So that's the glow in the dark. My children, whenever they have something glow in the dark, they always try to put it in their hands like this and they kind of look at it. That is so cool. That totally worked. Let me see if I can do it again. Does it want to? Yep. Now you can tell the difference because this one didn't glow. You didn't see that one in there, right? So cool. Okay. And they have that one again in a few colors. The one that they have in the most colors again are the crystal drop. And then this is that dream drop. I love it. So I wanted to do this for you guys again because it had been requested, but also you kind of have an idea of what the drops look like and what they do. To be honest, for me, like I said, I see a bundle and I'm like, oh, those are so pretty, and then I throw it in my cart. And that's literally how that works. It's just the colorway or whatever the array that they put together. So luckily I don't have a lot of repeats. I don't think I have any, and I've bought so many bundles. I'm actually waiting for 2 bundles right now. One from last Wednesday, right, with a mystery bag. And then the one they put out on basically Thursday to go along with some of the other releases that Tonic had put out, which would include the Happy Hibiscus stamp and die set for the Stamp Club and the Spring Floral Showcase, which is really gorgeous. And I'm really looking forward to getting both of those. But those, I guess it depends on when you're watching. Some of those weekend bundles are still available. And then the Stamp Club and the Spring Floral Showcase are still available. But yeah, so hopefully that helped you guys out. Again, I know how they do. They're probably going to have a bundle drop every day for this whole Cyber Week. Their Cyber Week deals are going to end on the 30th. And I just read they are going to launch at midnight GMT every day, which is, I guess, like Greenwich time. So again, as soon as I see it, I will let you guys know, but in the days following here. But I don't really know when that is. Like, it's super early in the morning, basically. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that gave you some idea. And you can see the way they look on the different papers. I'll try to get as close as I can to get you some good pictures, but you know, I'm not a photographer, so we'll see how well that shows up. Oh my goodness, of course, right, this always happens. I go to put things away and I remembered I was a little long-winded there talking about the different sales and how they do this, but if you are afraid to put these right on your project, which I normally just go for it, you can definitely just take them and put them on a surface that's like non-porous, like shiny like this, and just place it on here and then come back for it later. You can pick it off and then you can glue it to your projects. So some people like to do that, just set them up, a whole bunch of them ahead of time. I just don't know how to really store those. I guess you could put them on like a sticker sheet, you know what I'm saying, like a carrier sheet if you have something like that left over, or like this kind of stuff, right? Little paper that's left behind after you use different things, just put it on there. And then you'd have that little sheet with all your little drops. So just another idea. I would probably do the sticker sheet thing or like an acetate before I would stick on something like this, because you can put it on items like this, but you probably have to really pick at it so to get it off to use it later. So just anything kind of slick that you think will be easy to remove from, that's what I would put them on. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.